Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children, you are welcome for online class Ekalava project. 9th standard children, we are going to learn a new poem. Let us see what it is. It is known as a comet which is related to the space science. Shall we go for the poem children? First I will just read the gist for you, then we will go for that. The poet Norman Littleford. The Comet is a poem and written by the poet Norman Littleford. The poem The Comet, written by Norman Littleford, describes a moving comet which speeds through the heavens and it never takes a break. It speeds through day and night from the heaven. A comet is an icy, small solar body which, when passing close to the sun, warms and begins to release gases that are seen on rare occasions from Earth as bright line in the sky. It is a wonderful spectacle to view the comet to a cheetah which runs very fast. So the comet is compared to a cheetah which runs very fast. It is bigger than a mountain. So it is bigger than a mountain. So when it is compared to a mountain and it is bigger than a mountain. So powerful and strong. It is so powerful. It's just imagine in a place, if a mountain falls, what will happen? The same, the comet is bigger than a mountain, and if it falls, it will be just spoiling whole earth, and there will be a earthquake or earth crust, and there will be a break in the earth. So there will be a damage caused by the comet when it falls. Sometimes it burns on the way and only a light particles will be falling. But suppose if it is not burnt thoroughly and it is just coming down and it will be just hurting the earth. The outer ice melts which cause a vapor from the foods and leaves behind the trail. As it travels on its way, when the comet comes very close to the earth's atmosphere, it causes a shake which in turn produces a shock wave that reaches the earth's surface, causing great damage. According to the scientists, the comet leaves behind chemical in the form of a dust which resulted in the emerging of life and mankind came into existence. The poet is not sure about it, and it is true, but he knows for sure the sight of a comet in full flight is the best spectacle. So it is the best spectacle, and he just admires. We'll see the full poem. Let us see the poem, children. So you can see this is the comet. When it is flying, you can see how it is. The sunlight falls on it and it will be just vaporizing, and that wave will be seen when you were staying in the earth, and if you watch that, you will be seeing the line as if it is a line, or sometimes when a rocket moves, you will be seeing the clouds, how it will be. So the same way you can see this. This is your comet, you can see this. The Comet, written by Norman Littleford. Comet, written by Norman Littleford. Norman Littleford was born on 18th May 1889. He died on 20th May 1947. He was an American poet born in Maryland, USA. Most of his works focused on life and nature. His poems are simple but deep in thought and provoke the readers to observe the idea beyond the usual. So it will be just beyond the level of usual, and it will be provoking an imagination in a human body. So such like a poet writes, his name is Norman Littleford, and he was born on 18th May 1889 and he died on 20th May 1947. So he was an American poet born in Maryland, USA. Most of his works focused on life and nature. So it depends on the life and nature. His poems are simple but deep in thought and provoke the readers, those readers who are just reading it. It makes observe the idea beyond the usual. So you will not, when you started reading this poem, you will not think about the usual thing, but beyond that you will be thinking. So it is very clear, children. Let us go for the next. The poem The Comet, written by Norman Littleford, describes a moving comet which speeds through the heavens and it never takes a break. It speeds through heaven day and night. See, the first stanza tells you very clearly that the comet is just not stopping. It just falls from the heaven and day and night it is just moving. A comet is an icy small solar body which, when passing close to the sun, warms and begins to release gases that are seen on rare occasions from the earth as a bright line in the sky. It is a wonderful spectacle to view the comet to a cheetah which runs very fast. It is bigger than a mountain, so powerful and strong. The outer ice melts, which causes a vapor from the force and leaves behind a trail. As it travels on its way, when the comet comes very close to the Earth's atmosphere, it causes a shake, which in turn produces a shock wave that reaches the Earth's surface, causing great damage. According to the scientists, the comets leave behind chemicals in the form of dust, which resulted in the emerging of life, and mankind came into existence. The poet is not sure whether it is true, but he knows for sure the sight of the comet in the full flight is the best spectacle. Okay, first stanza, 4 lines we are having. So you can see how it is. See, the thing is flashing and coming. Let us sing. Ramping, see that, how it is. So here it is ramping, very fast movement, and is giving a sound and a movement. So that is the first 4 lines you understood. So ramping through the heaven means which a fast movement making a sound. It is just never stopping day or night, a spectacle of lifetime. A comet is full flight, it is just moving. Ramping through the heavens, never stopping day or night, a spectacle of a lifetime, a comet in a full flight. So children, this 4 stanza, the opening word itself is telling that comet is in a full-fledged movement. So you can see how it is fast, and when it is fast, it is just producing a sound and it causes a damage in the earth when it is falling. So ramping through the heavens, never stopping day or night, without stopping day and night, a spectacle of a lifetime. So it has a spectacle of a lifetime, a comet and full flight. So a comet in a full flight, it is just moving in a full flight with the speed it is moving to the earth. So you can see how it is coming from the heaven to the earth. So the poet sees a comet like us ordinarily, and he gives an expression for it and some reason for the movement, and when it comes what will happen, that all been as a stanza. So it is very clear, ramping through the heavens, never stopping day or night, a spectacle of a lifetime, a comet in full flight. Okay children, we move to the next. So you can see a next stanza. Faster than a cheetah, with the tall that's mile long, bigger than a mountain, so powerful and strong. So your second stanza, the same 4 lines it has, and it is faster than a cheetah. The poet compares the comet to a tiger, and he says that cheetah is, it compares to the cheetah, one of the animal which is the fastest animal, and he compares that to the comet to the faster than a cheetah. So cheetah is the fastest animal in the world when compared to lion, tiger and other animals. Cheetah is the fastest animal, and the comet is compared, it's a heavenly body and it comes from the heaven to the earth falling, and it is compared that faster than a cheetah, it is faster than a cheetah with a tall that's miles long. So tall that miles long. So it is tall that miles long, bigger than a mountain, its size is bigger than a mountain, so powerful and strong, so powerful and strong. So he is comparing the moving comet to a cheetah to the speed, and it is bigger in size, so he is comparing that it is bigger than a mountain. So it is very clear children. The outer ice is melting, causing vapor from the foes, and leaves a trail behind it as it travels on its course. So here the outer ice is melting. So you can see it is like outer ice it has, and the comet is having an outer ice and it is melting. The outer ice is melting, causing vapor from the foes. So when it falls, when sunlight falls on it, the outer surface of it just melts, the ice is melting, and it is just causing vapor, it causes vapor from the foes and leaves a trail behind it. So when it is moving, it just leaves a shadow, that the cloud of smoke or something is just lying, a vapor is there, and it is seen as a line. So as it travels on its course, when it is moving on its line or on its way, it is just leaving a vapor, and that had been seen very clearly when we were in the earth. So it is very clear children. If one should come too close to earth, the atmosphere will shake, with shock waves reaching to the ground, causing the land to quake. So this 4 lines tells you that if one should come too close to earth, so when the comet come close to the earth, the atmosphere will shake, the atmosphere will shake when it comes fast. Now when you just dropping something, what will happen? For you would be just moving, when it is moving and drops itself on the down, it produces sound and it causes some damage. The same way this comet also, when it is falling from the heaven with a heavy speed, with a heavy weight, when it falls on the earth, it will damage. So that had been said. If one should come too close to earth, when it comes too close to earth, the atmosphere will shake, the atmosphere will be shake, and with shock waves reaching to the ground. When it comes near itself, that waves will be felt by the people, and if it falls on the earth, surely there will be a damage caused by the comet. So that had been very clearly said. Causing the land to quack. So it will quack. What do you mean by quack? What is quack children? It will be just quack. So it will break. There will be a crack. There will be a crack because it is falling, it will be damaging. So this 4 lines tells you very clearly, if one should come too close to earth, the atmosphere will shake with shock waves reaching to the ground, causing the land to quack. Quack means break or crack. It will be just making a damage in the earth. So it is very clear children. Okay, scientists say the chemicals in the dust they leave behind could have started life on the earth, which resulted in mankind. So here what the scientists had said, how the mankind had come, how the man had come in the exist. So here the scientists say, what the scientist says, it is a scientist says the chemicals which present in the comets, in the dust they leave behind, it just falls, the chemical come and fall on the dust, and in the dust they leave behind, they left behind the dust, and could have started life on the earth. You know that so many scientists prove that man had come from the dust. So here that proof, scientists are saying that it is a chemical, comet is a chemical, and from the heaven it just falls on the earth, and with dust in the earth it mixes, and because of that mankind had been on the earth. So it is which resulted in mankind. So started life on the earth, could have started life on the earth, which resulted in mankind. So which resulted in the mankind. It is very clear, children. So because mankind is in the earth, because the thing falls from the heaven, because it is falling, it had mixed with the dust, and because of that maybe it could be human being existence is there, a mankind had been in the earth. So it had been said by the scientist. Okay, I cannot say if this is true. So the poet says, scientists say that, but I am not like that. I cannot say this if this is true. So I cannot say that it is true. I do not have the right, because I am not a scientist, I am a poet, I am a person of imagination. So I can't say that, but scientists told that it may be right is saying, but I am not saying that. I do not have the right to say, I am not having a right to say. But I know no better spectacles than a comet in full flight. So here he says that scientists say because of comet only human being were there in the life, the existence of humankind is, mankind is there. Because of the comet, after falling it and mixing with the dust of the earth, there was a mankind. Scientists say that, but maybe it may be true also. But what he is saying, I cannot say if this is true, I do not have the right, but I know no better spectacle than a comet in full flight. So he says that, than a comet in full flight. So he says that I am not having right. Scientists say that, it may be true, but I am not having a right because I am not a scientist, but I know no better spectacle. I know one thing better, a spectacle, than a comet in full flight. So human being are watching, all the human being are watching the comet and enjoying the day, and that is the thing I can say. And he says that scientists say that it may be true or may not be true, but one thing is very clear, when it is falling, it is a spectacle thing that everyone have to watch. It is so beautiful sight, and everyone have to watch and enjoy it, so that you can understand what is comet. So the poet says that very clearly. Okay children, I believe you understood. Okay, ramping means going through an area, making a lot of noise and causing damage. Spectacle man, an unusual or unexpected event or a situation that attracts attention and interest. Comet, an icy small solar body. Okay children, I believe that you understood this all. Okay, trail means a path often made or used for a particular purpose. Quack means a sudden violent movement of the earth's surface, sometimes causing great damage. So you can understand this. Before that, we having rhyming words and other things. So this is a memory poem children. You start putting a tune in, start making and send to me. So I think you enjoyed the poem Comet. So you will be making a tune with the thing and you will be singing. So very easy and small poem. So beautiful poem. I believe that you all understood and you enjoyed the poem. I believe and I hope that you will be sending the songs, making a tune of the poem, and you will be sending to me in the WhatsApp. Thank you children, we will meet you in the next class.